I guess this camera ain't gonna work. Oh well. So my son tells me the other day, hey Dad, you haven't taken your bike out. And I said, Lolo, it been raining non-stop. Really, non-stop. And look at this. It looks like it's gonna rain again. But I decided to take the bike out. I actually wanted to do a couple videos and also take the bike out because I haven't taken the bike out in like a week or maybe a week and a half. But like I say, it has been raining a lot, and in my line of work, sometimes when it rains I have to work, and obviously raining in the dark and all that is really unsafe. So again, you know, the bike being in the garage, I just started up after like a few days. I think I did start it up about a few days ago, but I did it again, and man, it's working just fine. That new battery that I put in the motorcycle is really good, really good. It's working just fine. So anyways, I wanted to talk about this because, man, I gotta tell you, lately it has been pretty rough. It has been pretty rough, and I give thanks to God that, you know, I'm a believer. So being a believer, I know where to lean. But I know a lot of you guys are not, and that's okay. You know, we live in a country where you have the freedom to believe in whatever you want to believe. But again, sometimes it sucks. And when I think about some of the veterans and some of the things that they're dealing with, and they don't have that hope that Jesus provides, I know it could get rough. And I really know that I could get rough because I've been there. You know, I'm speaking for personal experience that I know that it can be rough, right? So again, September 11 just happened. There was a couple things that it affected me kind of like, you know, in a way. And first of all, before I get into that, you know, I'm so grateful that I live in an amazing country like this one. I really am. The things that I see in this country is so amazing, really so amazing. And truly, I know that not only from experience, from being in different other countries during my military career, but also from being an immigrant. You know, I was born in Cuba. I came at the age of 14, and I experienced what a communist country is. I really did. I remember the struggles that my mom had. I remember, you know, the things that, you know, it would happen, you know, under that kind of system. I remember that. No one has to tell me because I have personal experience when it comes to that, right? So, again, I'm very grateful to be an American. I'm very grateful to live in this country. And I'm very grateful that I had the honor and privilege to serve in the Marine Corps. I am. You know, I know nowadays it feels like it's not cool to serve or not good to believe on the values that the United States has. But you know what? This country's amazing to me, man. Really amazing. No complaints. If you have any complaints, it's because you haven't lived in a different country. Guarantee you. Go to other countries and try to complain, and we're going to see what happens. Look at this. Benel getting a little bit of traffic. Little country town getting a little bit of traffic. But again, I wanted to talk about this because as September 11 happened, it was overwhelming to hear the stories. Man, we got some true heroes in this country. We have a caliber of people that are willing to do what is necessary to defend our freedom. And I thought to myself, you know what? As we hear in the news nowadays constantly, you know, the United States is this or the United States is that. We don't hear too often what this, you know, amazing Americans do. And my wife told me a story about the passengers of United 93, a plane that went down during September 11 attack. And she was reading this thing to me of a conversation that one of the guys had with the dispatcher. And as she's reading this, I'm like, tears coming to my face. And I was just like, wow, you know what? There are some Americans that when they face evil, they won't stand for that. They really won't. They will do whatever is necessary to protect our freedoms. And I was just grateful to live in this country. As I saw those guys talking about it, or as I saw my wife reading, you know, the transcript from the conversation, I was like, wow, what a true hero. What a true man. What a person. A man that decided that, you know what? No, enough is enough. And you will not do whatever you think that you want to do to our country. So again, you know, there is so many people, so many stories, so many situations that we can see of how Americans are just heroes. You know, the police officers that ran into the building to protect people, the firefighters that ran into that building to save people's lives. So many of them died, right? So many of them had issues, medical issues. You know, the families of those police officers and those firefighters that grew up with no dads, with no family members because of what happened. Man, to me, it's overwhelming. To me, it's really, really overwhelming. So, again, as I see the stories, I thought to myself, man, it's just amazing to be able to live in this amazing country where we honor the people that have done those sacrifices. Really, we really do. So, again, how come I was having a sad time? Oh, how come I was having a hard time? I really did. And I was having a hard time. And I've been thinking about this constantly or for a few days because what just recently happened in Afghanistan. Now, if you don't know, like I say, I joined the service back in 2002. It was amazing. I did several tours in combat. But I remember September 11 when it happened, I was just working. And I just signed my contract. And as I signed my contract, I had a couple weeks before that I signed my contract. So maybe beginning of September, maybe at the end of August of 2001, I signed up to be in the Marine Corps. And I remember my recruiter told me, well, you're going to go to college. Don't worry about it. Nothing's happening. This and that. And then again, September 11 happened. And the crazy thing is that I met so many guys that served and joined the Marine Corps after September 11 because they want to participate in the military because of what September 11 happened, right? And again, you know, I was waiting to go to boot camp. I went to boot camp, then I did a couple tours, specifically one in Afghanistan, 12 months alone, right? And I'm going to tell you, Afghanistan sucks. I was there for 12 months, and I saw things, you know, that you see in those places, right? So again, as I come back to that, and as many veterans come back to that, and they are honored to be able to serve the country, and they are honored to be able to do what they did for supposedly our freedoms, right? For supposedly defending our country, for supposedly doing all these things, which I believe in a way that it is, you know, I really do. That's a country that is evil. That's a country where, you know, some people, I don't want to say everyone because there's always good people and I met good people there, right? But that's a country where there is a large portion of people that are evil, that do evil things. So I definitely believe it. But again, as we come back and you see how we left Afghanistan, it was really disappointing. It was truly disappointing. And I really try not to watch the news as much because really there's nothing that you can do about it. But as I saw here and there, a little portion here, a little portion there, I was actually disgusted with the way that this administration dealt with that situation. I was. I believe that the disrespect that was given to the military, to the families of military members that have died in that country, the way that they dealt, the way that they walk away, the things that they left there. I mean, the people that just died, the 13 service members that died, what just happened, it was so disgusting. Really, really so disgusting. I don't like to get into that here in this channel because you know what? I really love this channel and I love the fact that I get to ride my motorcycle and enjoy myself. You know, the JH6 main channel, I'll talk about this kind of stuff. But again, I just wanted to talk about it because I kind of, going for a ride and I want to get it out of my chest. But again, it was so disgusting. Wow. I couldn't even believe it. I really couldn't even believe it. And I know a lot of veterans feels like, wow, did we went there for a reason? Was it a reason that we actually went there for? Because it does not feel like it. It really doesn't. It feels like we wasted 20 years of our life and so much money. Really do. I met guys that died in Afghanistan. Or I met one guy in particular that died there. A Marine that I served under. A guy that at one point was my first sergeant. He was killed there. Like I said, I spent 12 months there, and I saw the caskets of many military guys. Many. And then you see what just happened. You see how we walked away from it. You see how, the takeover. And you see the current administration really making excuses. Really saying that the Taliban is acting in a professional, business-like, or something like that. I think they said business-like. I was mind-blowing. I really was mind-blowing. I was sad. I was really sad of seeing this. I looked at the situation and I was like, man, it's disgusting. It's disrespectful to our troops. It's disrespectful to the families of members that have died. It's disrespectful to our country. It is just disgusting. Really is. So here's the thing. I believe that we live in the best country ever. I guess we're going through a season in this country right now. It's going to get better. Eventually, it will get better. But we're going through a season. It's sad to see the stuff that we're seeing. But again, don't get so discouraged. We're just going through a season. It is going to get better. But like I said at the starting of the video, or like I was saying, there are so many great Americans in this country. We sometimes get represented by the wrong people. Sometimes we get represented by idiots. And it happens. It is what it is. But the American people are great. And as I saw my wife reading some of the transcript, like I was saying, I was like, man, there are some men out there that are willing to die to protect us. And their memories got to be honored. So I'm thankful that I live in this country. I'm thankful that I live in a place that is so amazing and that is founded with God's principle, and that we have such a great Americans doing the right thing when it needs to be done. I really am. I'm grateful for that. We appreciate everything you've done for our countries, for those military guys, for those first responders. We appreciate you, police officers, firefighters. Man, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your sacrifice. Again, traffic is getting crazy over here. May the good Lord bless you. And if you're going through difficulties in life, or you're dealing with this situation in Afghanistan, and you serve there and you feel like, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but, you feel down or whatever. PTSD, some of those guys are suffering with that. It's real. Just remember, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. If you want peace, call upon his name. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God is in control.